grease. Hey guys, it's Sean from Engines and Elbow Grease. I've got a new video for you today, some four-wheeler content. I recently picked up this Polaris Sportsman behind me. It's a 2002 500H.O. I've been having some issues with the clutch, and the reason I'm making this video is because I have looked around a lot online and on YouTube. It seems like nobody is really having the issue that I am having. And so I decided to make a video on it to show what's going on. Maybe there's going to be some other people out there that are having the same issue with their Sportsmans and are looking for the video that I was looking for some insight. I'm having issues with the CVT clutch system. It's a well-known fact that the Polaris clutch system has issues. It can be finicky, but it's also a pretty good system all in all. It's pretty simple. People love Polaris products. I do. I've owned multiple before. But I'm gonna give you a little video and so you can see what's going on with mine. The issue is that it is acting like the secondary clutch or the primary clutch is stuck at idle, right? Like your idle's too high, or like the clutch isn't releasing all the way. It appears that the primary clutch is releasing all the way, but it still starts to ride on the inside of the clutch surface and continues to spin the secondary, which makes it jammed in gear or jammed in neutral, hard to put into gear. You put it into gear with when you're on the brakes, it stalls, but it doesn't do it initially. If you release the secondary clutch and release tension on the belt, it'll be fine. And then you rev it up a little bit and it starts grabbing. So I'm gonna give you a little video as to what I'm doing and then show you what we're gonna try to do to fix it. Because I believe it's a clutch spacer issue or a worn bushing in the primary clutch, because this is an EBS clutch, and that's part of the problem, is that groove pulley is grabbing on the belt. So let me give you a quick video. I'll show you what it's doing so that you can see what I'm talking about. You've probably had this same problem as well. So you can see it's not spinning right now. It's fine. You rev this up a little bit. See, now that I revved it up and compressed the belt, you see how it's spinning? And you can't stop this. It's tight. It's spinning. You can't just stop it. So that's the problem I'm having. And you can see what's going on is the belt is shifting over towards the inside of the clutch. See that? How it's not sitting in there even? Now I have tried spacing out the secondary pulley already. You can take this off and put some of these machine washers like this in here. You can put up to 3 or 4, I believe. And I've tried spacing it out to see if I could move the secondary out for the belt alignment. But looking at it from the back, everything is aligned. So it's pushing the belt over. And I think what's pushing the belt over is this clutch assembly itself. I think it's that pulley is shifting over, the EBS pulley. So I'm gonna put a clutch on it. I picked up a mother clutcher kit for this. This is an upgraded clutch, aftermarket, known to be better than the stock clutches, and they're a little bit cheaper. Shout out to Harvey's ATV parts. They got me this in like 2 days from when I ordered it. So super, super fast delivery and service. I have the clutch removal tool. So I'm gonna show you how to replace that primary clutch. I got a new belt for it as well. And then we're gonna retest and see if this fixes our problem. First thing you need to do is take off the belt, obviously. Easy way to do these is to compress the secondary clutch here. You just take the belt and squeeze together like this, and then we can take it off the top and just roll the belt off. That's the easiest way to get those belts off, just like that. And we gotta take our bolt out for the clutch, and then we're gonna use our clutch removal tool to pop this off. This is a tapered shaft, so you need a clutch removal tool to take that off. Don't lose your little bushing there. Put that up there. So this is the clutch removal tool. P3078, maybe? This is not a genuine Polaris one though. This is just one off of Amazon. So what it does is it threads into the clutch. It has threads right here. And then it has this shank, and this shank presses against the crankshaft face. And you just put an impact on here, tighten it down. See how it's screwing in? And it will pull this clutch off while pushing on the crankshaft. So we're gonna do that now. 22mm socket. There. Okay. Just like that. See how we did that? No problem. So there's our old clutch. You can see how this is a tapered shaft, and all it does is press fit and then tighten from the end. Now, on this pulley, I feel like I have a lot of play on the EBS pulley. And I can also see that I'm missing one of the washers on one side. There's supposed to be 2 washers, spacers on this side. I also know for a fact that this clutch was really worked hard. This wheeler only has about 300 miles on it, which is crazy. It's a 23-year-old wheeler. Only has about 300 or 400 miles on it. This thing has been used almost exclusively for pulling moose out of the woods, pulling trees out of the yard. This thing has been pretty much just worked hard as a pulling machine. So this clutch has had a lot of use. And you can see it is worn. Like, there is so much crap and dust falling out of this clutch and so much wear. It does move pretty freely, but there's a lot of loose parts in here and worn buttons and all of that. You can just tell. So I'm gonna save this and probably rebuild it. I don't have the rebuild tools and the compression tools and the holders and everything to rebuild it, but I will hold on to this, and I will get those tools at some point, and I'm probably gonna rebuild this clutch. So I have a second good clutch, or sell it, or whatever. This is the new clutch. This is the mother clutcher upgrade kit, Harvey's ATV parts. These are a pretty highly regarded upgrade clutch. This has the same blue primary spring in it, so it should be the same engagement level and feeling. No rattles. Nice and tight. Moving nicely. So we are gonna put this on with the new belt and see what we've got going. The other thing to notice about this old one is that I did notice this is pretty excessively worn and grooved in the inner and outer part. Like, it's significantly worn on the inner and outer surface here. Really ridged. I don't know if you can see that really, those ridges, if you catch the light on them, but it is pretty severely ridged and worn. So that could also be contributing to our belt walking ability. So let's put this new primary clutch on. Put our bolt back in. You can reuse the factory bolt. So we got that torque down. 40 to 60 foot-pounds is the torque on this. Split it in the middle, go 50. That's all that's required for torque on this. So they have a bunch of clutch holding tools. I like to just put a piece of stock through the clutch here, and you just kind of hold it itself. Rotate the clutch to that position, put a bar through here, and just hold it while you torque it. Doesn't need a crazy amount of torque, 40 to 50 foot-pounds, or 40 to 60 foot-pounds rather. Anywhere in that range, you're gonna be fine on this thing. So let's get our new belt on. I like to put the belt on so that you can read it like this, you know, facing this way. Just a personal preference. You're gonna take a screwdriver. I like to just go in here, right down in the groove of the secondary. You can just pry it open so the belt sits down in there. And you should roll it around like that. Now, once you get the belt on, you're gonna want to spin this primary or the secondary clutch backwards like this to release it. So now that releases the clutch. Got belt tension again. Now let's start it up, see if we fixed it. Perfect. So, clutch fixed it, for sure. Clutch is also a lot quieter than the original one, which is also really cool, because the other one was worn. I did have to add one of those spacer washers slash machine bushings like this. I get the 7/8 inch ones because I can't find the metric ones. This is a metric shaft, and you just take like a Dremel tool and just kind of clear out the center of it. Not much. You only have to take like, I don't know, a couple of thousandths off of it until they slide over the shaft. I did have to add one additional bushing in the back still to keep the spacing right, but we're all good now. So I'm gonna get this back together and see how well this thing moves. Well, there you go. That was it. A little bit of spacing, a new clutch, took some noise away from the clutch. That thing engages and grabs real nice, really nice power transfer. Shifting fine now, so we are good to go. Recommend Harvey's ATV parts and those mother clutch upgrades for the primary and secondary. I think it was about $300, just a little bit under $300 for the primary. You can get a primary and a secondary kit for right around $500, I believe. So not bad at all. Cheaper than the Polaris stuff. Very happy with it all in all. Now I got my four-wheeler back. Start using it around the land. So thanks for watching the video. Hope you learned something. Hope this helps you out if you guys have Polaris clutch issues, CVT issues on your machines. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.